All right, everybody, welcome back for another one. And I wanted to start this video off first and foremost, letting you guys know I'm not going to be the XRP YouTuber. I can never do that. I don't see the point in it at this point because there's so many guys that are already all they do is hammer out XRP videos every single day. But I'm realizing at this point that my channel is very mixed as far as who likes what and what you guys are in favor of as far as crypto. But if you guys are still at a lack of understanding for why I like XRP and why people in the XRP community are so passionate about what's going to happen with the product per se, just watch this video. All right, so if you haven't already, or you don't know who the Bearable Bull is, but yet you want to get 1 to 2 videos about XRP every single day, go ahead and search for this video, or better yet, I'll put the link in the description. This video is an hour and a half long, but afterward, you will understand the significance of XRP, and if you don't, then you never will, because you don't understand how the world works and also how money moves around the world and how the powers that be control the money. Just watch this video and it should be an eye-opener. All right, so I wanted to point that out before I got into it. Video will most likely be fairly long because I have a lot of things to address that I missed over the past few days because of this flare drop, and also I was building a new desk for my office. So all right, let's get started. So first and foremost, as I've always told you guys, I believe that Stellar, not XRP, is going to be the platform for government stablecoins on the retail side. I truly believe that. I think all the signs keep pointing towards it. And this article is yet another one clarifying that. So, one of the world's oldest banks is issuing a euro stablecoin on Stellar. A euro stablecoin is being issued by one of the oldest banks in the world, and it's being done on the Stellar blockchain network. This bank was established in 1754, and they're working with the tokenization and digital asset custody technology provider BitBond for the first direct issuance of a stablecoin by a banking institution on Stellar. Right? They partnered with the Stellar Development Foundation, and they also received approval from the German regulator BaFin to issue tokenized bonds also on Stellar. So they're tokenizing bonds, and now they're going to do a stablecoin. And it's the euro. All right, so keep in mind, right, USDC is moving to Stellar, right? It's going to take place next year. They're going to start running it on Stellar and Algorand, along with Ethereum. I think over time that transition is going to keep moving just Stellar because that's what it was designed for. More fast and efficient at processing transactions. Right? Ethereum will have a different use case over time, in my opinion. But anyway, okay, so first and foremost, I believe, as I said, USDC is the United States central bank digital currency. They're just hiding it in plain sight. It's developed by Circle, which is a company that is a subsidiary of Goldman Sachs. Okay, so they're tied in with all the biggest leaders in the United States, and it just makes perfect sense at this point. I don't think that takes anything away from XRP. I think XRP is going to be the wholesale institutional crypto behind the scenes. Okay, that's what I think. And I think Stellar is going to be for retail to use on an everyday basis. All right, some more bullish news. It's getting hilarious, right? So, billionaire Ray Dalio, he actually did an AMA on Reddit on Tuesday. So if you want to check this out, 10 best quotes from Reddit on Business Insider. But anyway, the only one I wanted to point out is he says, I think that Bitcoin and some other digital currencies have, over the last 10 years, established themselves as interesting gold-like asset alternatives with similarities and differences to gold and other limited supply. All right. So this is funny to me because he is flipping his narrative now. He's been against Bitcoin. Just 3 weeks ago, he got done saying how Bitcoin he didn't think was going to make it, basically, which I'm about to talk about in more detail. But he says Bitcoin and some other digital currencies have similarities and differences to gold and limited supply. Well, which ones are those? All right, I told you the top 3 holdings of my portfolio: XRP, Bitcoin, by mining stocks, and Stellar. All right, and all 3 of them have one thing in common, and that is that they will have a capped supply eventually. No other major crypto has that built in, and so that's why I like them. All right, so there you have it. Other digital currencies. He's well aware of XRP and Stellar, and that is what he means by some other digital currencies. Personal opinion. All right, next up. Dalio details 3 reasons why he doesn't expect Bitcoin to become an everyday currency. So this was just 3 weeks ago, yet now he's talking about how it's going to compete with gold. Right, but his reasons were 3 weeks ago that it's too volatile for merchants to use, it isn't very good as a store hold of wealth, and governments will likely ban the crypto and make it too dangerous to use. Which one is it, Ray? Right? All right, but also JP Morgan. Now, JP Morgan is saying Bitcoin will eat gold's market share. Right? And remember, 2017, the CEO of JP Morgan, Jamie Dimon, at that time was saying Bitcoin was a scam and that he would fire anyone that's trading it. Now JP Morgan is saying Bitcoin will eat gold's market share. Interesting. All right, so their quantitative strategists there believe that Bitcoin's digital gold narrative will draw investors away from precious metals, possibly for years to come, leading to a large divergence in price between the 2 assets. Currently, Bitcoin only accounts for 0.18% of assets held at family offices, compared with 3.3% for gold ETFs. Only a small reallocation from gold to BTC could lead to structural headwinds for the bullion's price. I don't know personally if gold is going to lose value, but it might not have that explosive price reset as everyone is calling for. I've always said I think crypto is going to be the asset class that is used for a price reset or financial reset, because it only makes sense. Crypto is the difference here between the last financial crisis that we had. In 2008, we didn't have it. In 2020, now we do. Okay, that's different. Why didn't they use gold back then to reset the financial system? I'm not sure that it's going to be involved. It might continue, it probably will continue to be around as a store of value. But I can definitely see Bitcoin and crypto eating into this 3.3% of basically commodities in a portfolio. So, all right. Another common theme over the past few days is this appeal against the U.S. Treasury self-hosted crypto wallet ban. I personally believe that this is getting blown out of proportion, in my opinion. So this has been the theme of the day. Everyone's talking about this. The theme of the week, the theme of the past few weeks. But yeah, so CEO Allaire joined several members of Congress, including Representatives Warren Davidson and Tom Emmer, who opposed the rumored ban on self-hosted crypto wallets in an official letter to the Treasury on December 9th. I just don't understand where they're getting this narrative from, because all of this stemmed from Brian Brooks, who said that he basically came out with a tweet saying that the proposed regulation that he thinks they're going to roll out would, we think, require financial institutions like Coinbase to verify the recipient or owner of the self-hosted wallet, collecting identifying information on that party before a withdrawal could be sent to the self-hosted wallet. I've said from time and time again that I believe this is not only likely, but inevitable. I said this back in September before Brian Brooks even came out with this tweet. But now everyone's calling it a self-hosted crypto wallet ban. I don't see that happening. I just see them requiring KYC in your ledger or whatever wallets. And it makes sense, honestly. The way the financial institutions work nowadays, as I've said, is if you have a brokerage account at Fidelity or Schwab, if you want to link any accounts to it, like your own personal bank account, you have to verify, well, you have to verify your identity anyway, but you also have to verify that the accounts that you're linking do indeed belong to you. It's going to be the same with your own crypto hosted wallet. I don't see any way around that, and because of that, it's because of tax purposes that they would do that. Okay, so, and it's because, so if you're buying crypto on Coinbase and then you send it to your cousin Susie's wallet, now cousin Susie sends it to Uncle Daniel, then how do you tax that? Normally, when you have assets and you gift it, there's gift taxes. There's regulations put in place for this, and I highly doubt that crypto is going to be allowed to work around them. Okay, so just be aware that this is coming, in my opinion. I just don't think it's a self-hosted crypto wallet ban, right? People are being very misleading with this, and I don't know why. But an article came out just today showing how this would work, right? France moves to ban anonymous crypto accounts to prevent money laundering. And what do they say here? Just as I've said, right? The French government is preparing to introduce new regulatory provisions in order to apply new digital identification tools for crypto transactions and virtual asset service providers. This is what they're going to do. This is what the future will look like. You will have a digital ID, as the World Economic Forum has said over and over again, as part of the fourth industrial revolution, blockchain and digital ID, right? And then suddenly Elastos joins the World Economic Forum, and they have a digital identity sidechain on their new internet that they built. So I'm just saying, obviously, this is where we're going. Digital ID, your Ledger account will have to have your digital ID on it as well, and so will the exchanges. And you won't be able to on-load or on-ramp or offload your crypto to any exchange, including decentralized ones, without verifying your ID in your wallet. That's how I see it going. Just want to point that out for you guys. All right. Last but not least, Fidelity Digital to accept Bitcoin collateral on cash loans for institutions. Fidelity Digital Assets will allow its institutional customers to use Bitcoin as collateral against cash loans, according to a press release on Wednesday. I wanted to talk about this article briefly, just because this is where I see the future going as well. So everybody in crypto, right, all the average Joes, they all have an exit strategy, right? They want to exit, so they can buy their Lambos and their whatever crap junk they want to buy. But what the smart people are going to do is they're going to hold that crypto. They're going to hold it even if we go through another 4-year bear market. And I'm sure, well, 3-year. I'm sure people want to sell their crypto because they don't want to endure another crash, right? Well, these big players will be buying it back from you at the bottom as you sell. They're going to hold it forever. And then later on in the future, they're going to use it for collateralized lending. They're just going to make more and more money. And this is how the wealthy people do it. So if you can endure yet another bear market, you will make it out on the back end as one of these guys. Okay, you will be an institutional customer. So this is the strategy that I intend to take. Honestly, I'm probably going to sell just enough to buy a nice house, pay off my debts, and maybe get an RV because I would like to travel around. But I'm leaning more and more towards trying to hold just so later on I can use it for lending, all right? Because they're partnering with BlockFi, that's right. So on BlockFi, right now you can already go onto their site. You can lend your crypto out for passive income, all right? So for instance, let's say you have $1 million and you're lending it out at 5% or 8%. That is going to give you $50,000 to $80,000 a year in passive income. So there's your salary, and all you have to do is hold crypto. See what I'm getting at? All right. Got to understand how finance works in the traditional world before you can know what you want to actually do on the back end. As I've said before, to work at Charles Schwab, I got to see how financial advisors hold their clients' assets of these billionaires and whatever. What do they do with their money? They lend it. That's all they do. They hold their assets forever and they lend against it or borrow against it. And that allows them to continue to bring in passive income, and they never sell. That's how finance actually works. All right. Hope that was an interesting one for you once again. As always, please like and subscribe, share with your friends and family, and stay tuned for the next one. Thanks.
What is a cashless society? What does it actually mean in a literal or high-level sense?
Money will become like these, relics of a different age, and will only be found in places like this. In other words, hard cash will disappear. It will become electronic, transferred by things like these.
Then Tracy is in Beijing to show us what a nearly cashless society actually looks like. Ben, good morning.
Mobile payment transactions in China reached a cumulative total of 277.4 trillion RMB in 2018, ranking #1 in the world, according to the recently released statistical report on internet development in China. As of June 2019, online payment users in the country reached 633 million. The cashless society is now approaching.
When's the last time you paid with cash? Well, chances are cash has taken a backseat to the plastic in your wallet and smartphone pay apps.
Denver 7's Ryan Luby explains the digital pay revolution and why not everyone is on board.
The cashless society, the cashless society.
The cashless society.
The cashless society is now approaching.
The cashless society.